Hello team, and welcome to our meeting today. Many of you know our CEO has asked me to provide a 10-minute overview of our business results and a strategic plan for the future. First, we want to go over the 5 P's of strategy. We will be using this throughout our presentation today, and different team members will have opportunity to join in on these 5 P's of strategy. This will include a plan, a ploy, pattern, position, and perspective. First, let's go over a summary of our business results. We expanded in all 4 regions. This really increased our opportunities. We had strong marketing, something that we're working on currently. We were very aggressive with our financing, and we have an overdraft loan with a 14% interest. We did lose some opportunity from our private labels pairs early on. This was due to low SQ ratings. Here are some of the strategies that did move us forward. As I mentioned, our facilities have expanded, but we did start with 2 locations. Now that we have 4, this has really opened up a lot of opportunity and was a great move for us. Our marketing strategy needed a lot of depth, and we were very aggressive with our marketing. And we are happy with the outcome of this. Here's a couple things that we are working on that outcomes were a little more undesirable. We really had poor awareness of equipment depreciation. We now know that we can scrap the used equipment so we can recover some of the costs and not deplete it to 0. We do have a struggle of negative cash ending balances. So now we are really using our projected year performances. This gives us a snapshot and really helps with projecting the need of cash that we need to have on hand. We had great intentions in the beginning. We were very aggressive with our pursuit of corporate citizenship. We like to take care of our employees. However, we have scaled this back and we have a plan for a slow incline. And this is part of our long-term goal. So our first P in our strategy involves the SWOT and TOW. And if you remember, this covers 4 distinct areas. The SWOT analysis compares strengths and weaknesses with opportunities and threats. And this really assists our company with ideas for success, and we want to avoid difficulties in the future. This brings everything together for a quick look. Now, the TOWS analysis brings the information to another level. And using the SWOT, we are able to come up with a strategic plan. We can use our strengths and weaknesses and our opportunities and threats in developing a plan. This really brings us clarity, and it's helping us with company changes, and we're able to make periodic reviews. Just keep in mind that the plan really covers the goals and steps necessary to reach it. Our expansion initially was too fast, and this has caused us to backtrack for most of the remaining weeks, but we are now able to move forward with a more cautious speed. So we covered the plan. Next, we're moving on to the ploy, and you can see how this pattern will go. So our second ploy, we're really going to be using the CPM. The ploy is used to outwit the competitors. Keep in mind that healthy competition brings out the best in a company, and it really creates a sweet spot for us in the market. The competitive profile matrix utilizes critical success factors. It reveals our strengths and weaknesses against our competitors so that we know where we need to improve but we know what areas to protect. Moving on to our next P, we have pattern. We have established a pattern with these items, and we're going to keep the stability. We want to keep our forward thinking. Our goal is to maintain stability. We like to focus on our customer relationships. Our EPS and ROE goals are really front and center. And we are using our projected sales volumes. This is really going to help our company. Our fourth P is positioning. We are measuring our outcomes from the customer's point of view. Where are we at in their eyes? And then, ever near to our strategic plan is the CPM results. We need to know where our competitors are. This keeps us aware of our positioning. Perspective. Finally, the perspective allows our decision planners to look around and see how the company is faring based on the interpretation around them. Keep this in mind. This really helps with perspective. One day there was a discovery that a soldier had a map. The discovery that one soldier had a map gave the soldiers the confidence to start moving rather than continuing to hesitate and remaining lost. Once they started moving, the soldiers could rely on their skill and training to learn what would work and what would not. Similarly, in a similar way, success in business often depends on executives learning from a series of competitive and corporate moves, not in selecting ideal moves. So what we need to keep in perspective is we're always moving, we're always getting better. We have a foundation here. Our history has laid a foundation. We know that hesitation is not our friend. We research, we use trial and error, and we learn from our experiences. This will build our success. We know that the future is bright. Let me read a quote to you. Joseph Addison, an 18th century poet, is often credited with coining the phrase, "He who hesitates is lost." You know that this proverb is especially meaningful in today's business world. It is easy for executives to become paralyzed by the dizzying array of competition and corporate moves available to them. Given the fast-paced nature of most industries today, hesitation can lead to disaster. So we're really leaning on our 5 P's of strategy. We know that this will be guiding our company and helping us as we plan our next moves. We also want to continue with our distribution channels. We know that our wholesale sales is a positive area, and we have really been benefiting from our online sales, but our private label sales is new to our company, and this is something that we're still developing. So team, I really encourage your questions and your comments. You know, these are welcomed, and we want to have these shared in the discussion thread. I do have some good references available to you. This is going to be in my original post, so I want you to be aware of that. And, you know, don't get bogged down. I know our SQ ratings have increased, and based on where each facility's output is shipped, the SQ ratings are calculated for each company in its region and where its shoes are available for sale. So we know that we have a lot of improvement. We have things that we need to work on, but our strategic decision making is giving us guidance and leading us forward. Each of you will have an assignment in your department. We're going to continue with the SWOT and the TOWs, and the CPM analysis. And I just thank you, team, for pulling this all together and working strong to bring our company forward.